Thank you for joining us back again here at the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host Lex coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. And we're just blessed and happy to be back on here with you as always. For any show requests or anything, feedback you want to say, get a hold of us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com. And as well as check out our wonderful blog spot that's transitioning into a .com at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. You can find multiple wonderful pages of insights and just awesomeness under the sun, and as well as our About Me section at the bottom of the blog spot with links to our book collection that's growing even more so, and as well as disclaimers, music rights, anything that you need to know, or just a little hey. You can also tune in on Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker.com, as well as SoundCloud platforms for our links and so much more. I think I said iTunes already, but I'm getting there. Anyways, if I've skipped anything that you needed to hear, there's plenty of 100 plus episodes, or at least 90 episodes that these recaps are on there. So don't forget, you can always check it out. Anyways, I'm just happy to be back on here with you, and I know my voice might sound a little bit more calmer and relaxed, but I'm kind of doing the extra morning zen with you right now, just the extra morning zen, and I'm just thankful. I mean, all you who do tune in to listen to this, I really, really wish you would just, I can't say all of them, but I know there's a good percentage of you, and you see your shout outs and you do different stuff like that, but I really wish I could do something extra special for you all. Like, I don't know, something just really nice. So if you really want that wonderful gift or something we can come up with you, I appreciate the support of my RDDC familians. Yes, we do, and I do especially. Just, send us an email, or even just write a little comment, or, post it or whatever, and go to the Facebook page, the RDC Lex Team / whatever Facebook, or at Real Double Dose channel on Instagram, and just say, hey, hashtag RDC family in here. I'm ready for that gift, Lex and team, whatever you want to say, and we'll definitely get back with you and send that over to you. Also, I want to just touch base on what this is about. And, I was thinking about this because I've been doing it a lot more, but this is called hashtag our Snapchat life. Yes. Or hashtag Snapchat lives. You know how we fluctuate. It's fresh. The sentence of the embodiment of what the conversation is always put there. But as far as actually jumping into it to discover it is unfolding as we speak. That's what I love about it. It's fresh content because it comes fresh from the heart, the mind, the spirit. It's not pre-scripted. It's not pre-written. It's free-handed all the way, even along with this mic. So now that we got a little bit of that juice flowing, let's talk about this, right? Now, you might be thinking to yourself, man, Lex, what is this Snapchat life? Like, now you're attacking Snapchat. No, I love the filters on Snapchat. I think they're wonderful. I think the cool little things you can do to them, little videos, little voice changers are amazing. And I like the fact that if you don't get a screenshot taken of it, or someone can lock you in now, at least before, your conversation would delete. But I think about that and I wonder, I was sitting there Snapchatting with my friends, different ones. You go from different platforms. They all have to give you something to offer that's different from Facebook, that's different from Twitter, that's different from Snapchat, that's different from Instagram, that's different from Pinterest. They all have to offer you a little something different, or otherwise they would all be just a platform you can speak to each other on social media. Which one is the most popular one? But I look at this and I'm thinking to myself, man, at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, there's Snapchat lives. Snapchat filters are Bitmojis. I love my Bitmoji, okay? I love what comes along with all those beautiful elements to it. Me personally, for business branding, I couldn't do so much of that. I would have to have a whole team to do that. It's just too much, with just what we have already is enough. But I just wanted to put that out there because I'm thinking to myself, man, like, what's really going on? Are we using the Snapchat motto in our own lives and really not even looking at that from a greater standpoint? So let's break it down, right? Just so we can kind of get into that moment of, the filters, right? The filters show many wonderful personalities, wonderful things. That's why I can't even understand why bipolar, tripolar, or crazy is even out there. All these things that we have to be and all these things that we are, but like literally, it makes us everything. The filters that we use, the happy smiles, but it clears your face up. There's not a flawless, there's not any bumps or bruises or scars barely on the Snapchat filters. It's almost like the high life of when they have these beautiful Instagram posts and modeling of how everything looks so perfect life and beautiful streams of water. Or beautiful models or whatever they want to say out there from all shapes and sizes. Hashtag, let's put that out there, all shapes and sizes. I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to it, how many filters are we putting on our lives within our conversations? How many filters are we putting in our lives within the things that we just don't want to deal with that we know we should, so we can move forward without having to need such a filter there in order to separate the BS? Let's be real about it, okay? And then think about this. When you have the disappearing faces to being able to talk on Snapchat and the conversation disappearing. Yeah, granted, there's different things that change now. I look at it like one of my friends was like, hey, oh my God, LOL. I don't remember what the conversation was about when I responded back to her. And I'm like, that is so inconvenient. It's good because it challenges your memory to remember what you're talking about. But at the same time, it's like, well, should it be that way? Do we Snapchat people in our lives? We have a conversation with them. A lot of things go on in our lives every single moment. Trust me, the last 2 days have been mayhem, okay? Not the worst, but just mayhem. It was annoying. But I had to get back on here with my family, and trust me, when I say I'm back on here, yes, I'm back on here. It took a lot to get through. But I'm just saying, and I'm not saying downplaying it for anyone else, but at the end of the day, what about the conversation we had when we see people? Oh, yeah, how's it going? Oh, yeah, you did tell me your sister passed away. Or you did tell me your uncle, got bit by a crocodile. It's kind of like, it's good that they resurface it, but you kind of look at them like, man, wow. Like, sometimes you didn't need to hear that at that moment. But you remember almost everything about going on with them. People ask me, there's a gentleman that I know of through a friend, and he comes through sometimes. And it was like a year since I've seen him, and he goes, wow, like, how did you remember my name? And how did you remember this and that? Like, I seen you a year ago. I was like, because, and even though it didn't have to mean something to me so sentimentally and deep, you still crossed my path spiritually and mentally. Okay? And at the same time, for me, I study and I keep on to something. There's something about a person that I latch on to, so I don't try to forget. Now, it only works about 95% of the time, most times. And when I'm having a very bad time, 90% of the time. But it's good to exercise those morals to have within the self. And I look at the Snapchat whole overall. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's unique. Yes, things disappear. Yes, you get a chance to have different filters and funny faces. And it's a fun thing to have. We're not even talking about the app itself. The app itself is the app itself. It was made for a reason to have fun with through different seasons. We're talking about how we apply that in our lives right now. How we do the hashtag Snapchat life. Okay, and that's what it is. It's not about the app. It's about how we apply our own personal life apps within itself. That's a disclaimer I'm throwing out there, because I don't want people saying, oh, well, Lex and RDC team is basically saying it's I got that from a snippet of one of my other friends. But I'm saying, like, oh, it's a snippet of saying, oh, well, we can't use their filters. No, by all means, have a good time. Enjoy what it's there for. I'm going to go back on mine in a few minutes and respond back to my friends. I'm speaking about, and I know you guys get it. I know you understand what I'm talking about. I had to put that out there for those who are just tuning in for a one-time thing or not, or don't know the show and then hearing it, and some people would just take it and twist it in their head and run away with it. That's what that's out there for. But I'm just saying, how many times do we just delete a conversation after we have it? Now, if we're going to a whole another city or state, maybe. My grand possibility we'll never see them again. But you never know what'll come in handy. You never know what stories or what lessons were left by those individuals for you and for us for a reason. So it's not always good to delete every single thing. If someone was talking about their feet and picking out cotton out of the middle of their toes and you just completely found it irrelevant, that's different. But at the same time, everything happens for its own courseable reason. Everything happens for its own momentum. But for the things and the keepsakes of those who are in our lives, those who we love, those who we cross paths with, it is great and wonderful for us not to just Snapchat that moment in our mind or snap it in that moment to where we're like, okay, this is a conversation I'm having. I'll forget about it tomorrow. So when I see you next week, it'll be all over again. And we don't know how we're making those people feel, whether related to us or best friends or colleagues or whatever. It's not good to keep that within our lives and apply it in a negative form. It's good to have a filter to where you have, for example, you have someone's slice of cake and it might be missing enough sugar or it's too sour, whatever. It's good to not just say, this tastes like crap. You could have did better. You could have did better. Yeah, that's different to have a filter on there. But yeah, put on one of your little party hats or your little cute little ears or bunny nose and freckles that they give you and do what you need to do and buck it on up and say, there's a nice cake, hey, it was great try. Yeah, maybe you'll have a new recipe next week. Encourage them. I get it. And ultimately, the flawlessness, right? With those filters, it comes along with us having to become or look flawless. I have an issue with going on YouTube. Like, now for my thing is, I've did a couple videos and stuff like that, and I don't mind a training series that I have. But when it comes down to just putting myself on a video on YouTube and pushing play, even Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and them said they had it, or Tom Cruise, I believe, had mentioned something about he doesn't want, or Johnny Depp too. They don't want to see themselves on film or whatever. And at first I was like, oh, people try to make it a big conspiracy, Illuminati thing. Different ones. People have their own ideas. But I look at it like, man, that's true. It doesn't matter if you had this or that going on. Sometimes you just don't want to be. And it doesn't mean that it's not happening because it's already in the works. But it's at the point of a filter of makeup or what's on my face or what's going on. But yeah, sometimes I do have dark circles. Sometimes my face does look a little extra yellowish. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I had a filter just to do that video and all the things that come along with it. Okay. But it's when to apply it in our lives. When do we understand not to delete something right away or just brush it out of our memory? When can we take a lesson from that or give love to someone from that conversation shared? When can we take off a filter and completely be breathable and be who we are and know and discover who we are? When can we do that? So until then, it's hashtag Snapchat life. That's what it is. And ultimately, yeah, it's always a good thing to apply certain things, but you still need to remember who you are, what you're about, and where you're going. So everything that's glitter is not gold, or whatever they say. It's just the whole understanding of know that you are not that app. You are a flesh filled with blood, obviously, and a cartilage and organs, but you are a human filled with the spirit. You have so much ambience in all that you are and all that you carry, and there's a message and everything else given to you to give and have. So by all means, have a good time with it, but remember, the app is the app for a reason, and you are who you are for a reason. Don't Snapchat everything in life and just let it disappear. Don't Snapchat that moment and just be a complete filter within it. And don't always use on different hats and ears and noses and coats to hide who you truly are because you feel more flawless within those filters. Sometimes being flawless is just being yourself. Okay? You're imperfectly perfect. And that's the beauty about that kind of perfection. So intimately, be who you are. Outwardly, be who you are. This is your host, Lex, coming to you. I wanted to just put that out there. We love you. It's amazing. You know what I'm getting at here. And I know the energy is a little bit more relaxed, but at the same time, this is absorption. This is understanding. This is the RDDC life. This is where we are, and we're always lit with the spirit of love and energy. So, get a hold of us at Real Double Dose Channel at yandex.com. That's YANDX.com. And as well as realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. Check those out. Check out the links. Anything you want to say. We got some more questions and comments coming up from some of our wonderful wonderful RDDC families we're going to be presenting again. All those who tune in, all those who listen, even for the little whatever minutes and moments we share, we appreciate you. We love you. The content is about to be amazing, and the links to our other channel are going to be rolling out soon for more of a vivid, clearer view. So just be amazing, awesome, wonderful, and happy. And we will be back with you very, very soon.